Hey everybody, and welcome to the final Sol Speaks Q&A session. I know some people are disappointed, but I had actually only planned to do Q&A sessions for the first 100 episodes on my show, and now those 100 episodes are over, so this is going to be the last Sol Speaks. Now, that's not to say there won't be Q&A sessions in the future. I might do another one with Phantom Strider or another one of my YouTube friends. I'm just saying that in terms of like one-on-one questions, on my channel, this is going to be the last time. So you could always look out for future interviews or things like that. And I'll still be doing Sol Plays. It's just that now Sol Plays is going to be every week as opposed to like 2 weeks and then one Sol Speaks. So yeah, don't worry. I'm not like bailing on you or anything like that. It's just that this thing that I'm doing is no longer going to be a thing. So hi everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me for the last Sol Speaks. Appreciate it. How y'all doing? Sorry. It's on the Lion Guard. See, I know about it. I've never seen it, but wasn't there already a Lion King TV show? Like, I don't know why, but I feel like there already was one. I know there was like the Lion King 2 and all that shit. But yeah, I have no opinion on it. I just thought that there was already a Lion King TV show, is what I'm trying to say. Who do I main in Smash Brothers? I main Ness. I main Ness. And my backups are Link, Luigi, and sort of Cloud, I guess, but not really. What am I drinking? It is Barks Root Beer. Okay, yes. So people have been kind of, not throwing it in my face necessarily, but more like I was wrong, sort of, in that I said that Animaniacs isn't a show that could be made today because of the sort of misogynistic tone it takes, which, like I said, doesn't bother me, but it's just a thing. And yeah, and then like 2 weeks after my video saying it couldn't be made today, they announced a reboot, so it's like, oh well, the egg's on my face, I guess. But seriously, can you blame me for thinking that? So yes, I have heard about the reboot, obviously. I've seen it told to me many times. It's cool, but I'm honestly not too excited for it, because I think without Richard Stone, without Rusty Mills, without Tom Ruger, if he's not coming back, all these things, it was like a perfect storm of talents coming together to make something great, which isn't to say people aren't talented and they couldn't make it great now, but I don't know, I just feel like the charm would be missing, but we'll see. I'm not gonna pass judgment until I see anything. So, where did the idea and puppet of Samuel the Super Pickle come from? So, this is kind of a bit of a long story, but my mom used to work for Bix Pickles when she was a teenager, actually, so this puppet is actually very old. Well, that old, it's like 40 years old. So I've always loved that one. I used to play with it as a kid, actually, because I liked the limbs that could shake all around and everything. So I used to play with the pickle doll, and it was called Super Pickle. So I used to play with it all the time. And then originally, in the Pinky Elmira and the Brain episode, I was gonna have a floating emoji head be the annoying thing, but I wanted to be able to, like, pull it off its strings. So yeah, I ended up just on a complete spontaneous whim asking my mom if I could use the Super Pickle doll, and she said yeah. So my mom actually helped with the puppetry, and I think she did a good job considering she's not she's not a professional puppeteer or anything. So yeah, that was pretty much it. It was her doll, and she let me use it, and I think it turned out really well. The reception for Samuel was good. The reception for Samuel was even better than Bennett, the tap dancing fingers. Because people liked Bennett, not gonna lie. But Samuel the Super Pickle tested higher, so he's the one getting the Nickelodeon show in 2019. Yeah. How come... okay, so I'm not gonna repeat this a million times, but I'm just saying I only plan to do Q&A sessions for the first 100 episodes of my show, and now the first 100 episodes are done, so Q&A sessions are not going to be a thing anymore. Favorite David Bowie song? I haven't listened to all of his songs, but I'd say Space Oddity, probably. Yeah, I will review Regular Show eventually, and yes, I do know about Kamen Rider. Do you know what Kamen Rider means? Yes, I know about the Adventures of Buzz Lightyear Star Command, the show and stuff. Am I going to review Captain Underpants? Yes. So actually, after this Q&A session's done, I'm gonna go to the theater. Supposedly, the show that I want to go see is sold out, but I don't know about that, so I'm gonna go there and see maybe if some guy just doesn't pick up his tickets, maybe I can grab one. But yeah, as far as I know, the show is sold out, but I'm gonna try and see it after the stream is done. Yes, I did try animating when I was in high school. I used programs like Alice, and I did some stop motion and stuff, and I just, you know what? I don't have the talent for animation. I've done animation with Source Filmmaker, but I didn't even finish it. It was like 70% done, and I just stopped working on it, so... Yeah, I'm not talented enough to be an animator, I think. Do I plan on seeing Lion Guard in the future? I don't know. Maybe. My day? It was alright. I woke up and had to buy a lawnmower. Then I mowed the lawn. Then I had a meatball sub. And then I fell asleep because I was so overworked this week that I just couldn't stay awake, and I was sleeping with my kiddies. And Sensei is fine. Kumo's sleeping on the bed over there, and Sensei's just, we just wandering around. How old am I? I'll be 23 in August. Have I heard of The Mummy, the animated series? Yeah, I have. And, look, I don't know if I'll review it, but if it's animated, it's up for consideration. So, I know about Little Witch Academia. I'm really sick of hearing about it, actually. How was the Doritos? They were tasty. Very tasty. Doritos are usually tasty. In all 100 of my episodes so far, which is my favorite, it's, by principle, it's the Gravity Falls review, but I think I have some other, more, less personal favorites. So, the Gravity Falls one is my favorite, my personal favorite, but, my overall production-wise favorites. This one was pretty fun, actually, Freakazoid. Even though I had planned to do a lot more scenes in it, I ran out of time. I had a lot more to do at the end, actually, but I'm gonna move that to this coming week's review as opposed to doing it then, so... Yeah, I had to cut a lot of stuff from the Freakazoid review, but I still had fun filming it. The whole beginning scene with the computer, that was a lot of fun to shoot. I loved the Pinky and Elmira and the Brain review because of the puppeteering and the... My favorite scene was dumping the Skittles on Super Pickle. It turned out perfectly, because... I don't know if you noticed, but I thought that the scene had been done wrong, because I actually looked up at my mom, and then I looked at the script, and I was like, oh, she did it alright, so then I just sort of, just continued with the scene. So, I just thought it turned out perfectly. So yeah, those two I was really proud of. Actually, you know what, other than the Pinky and the Brain review, I'm proud of all the ones I did for Animaniacs month. Pinky and the Brain one was alright. I wish I had more time to do it better. I would have done it again, but yeah. I loved the Garbage Pail Kids review. I mean, yeah, that cartoon was so bad, the worst I've seen so far. But the actual review making was so much fun. Doing the fake puke scene was, one of the funnest things I've ever done as a reviewer. It was great. Yeah, so a lot of my newer ones I've actually been quite happy with, mostly. But yeah, so my season's actually ending fairly soon. I've got 5 episodes left, I think. 5 or 6. I have to check my schedule again. I don't even remember anymore. But yeah, my season's almost over, so we'll see what happens. If there was a review that I could redo, which one would be and why? It would be probably my first collaboration, the Pokemon the First Movie review. But, the one that's on my channel would probably be Igor. I don't think it's bad, to be honest. It's just, I just didn't give a shit that week. I was unemployed, I was miserable. I just sort of threw it together. So that's, Igor, to me, that level is my throwing it together, basically. So, yeah, if I could go back, I'd like to put a little bit more effort into it, to have a little bit more interesting things to say, and just sort of, instead of just kind of being it was okay, Thank you. I'm glad you liked the childhood trauma video. I was afraid that people would accuse me of bandwagon hopping. I really hate being accused of that. But yeah, I'm glad people liked it. To be honest, that also was thrown together in one day. Because, yeah, it was thrown together entirely. I had the idea to do it the night before, and then I woke up at 2 p.m., because I was up until like 5 a.m. the previous day. I woke up at 2 p.m., and from the minute I woke up to the minute I went to sleep, I was working on it. And keep in mind, for those who don't know about editing, 1 minute of 1 minute of content with a video, the rule of thumb is usually that it takes 1 hour to edit. So if a video is 16 hours, it takes 16 minutes. It takes 16 hours to edit. So yeah, it took me 16 hours to make that video in one day. Usually I spread the work over multiple days so I don't burn out. But holy shit, yeah. Yeah, so that whole episode was made in less than a day. So, yeah. Why did I start with Symbionic Titan? Oh, because it was just the cartoon I was watching at the time, to be honest, and I was thinking, you know what? I'd like to tell someone about this, but I don't have any friends and nobody gives a shit about cartoons where I live, so let's give it a try, you know? I remember the Klasky Suppo logo, but it never creeped me out. You didn't like the first minute of Childhood Trauma? Why? Because it was just a recap? I don't know. Am I going to watch Captain Planet? I've seen Captain Planet. I don't like it. Am I going to make more Childhood Trauma videos? No, because I listed the main ones. I didn't omit anything. The other ones are either too personal for me to talk about, or are just stupid, you know? So, would I do reviews of other stuff like books, games, or live action? Well, technically, if someone contributed to my Patreon enough with the pledge of eternal loyalty, trust, and love, then yes, but normally, no. I am going to see Captain Underpants, I already said that. Will I review Hoshi no Kami? I'd like to, yeah, for sure, eventually. I just have to find a decent copy. The only copy I've ever been able to find on the internet is this. The first 60 or so episodes of Hoshi no Kami are fine, but then the last 30 episodes or so are all split up into 3 really low quality shit parts. So yeah, I need to find a decent copy before I can review Hoshi no Kami. Have I watched Hysteria? I checked out a couple segments while I was doing Animaniacs Month, and I'm like, it's alright. It's just an educational tool. It's not. It's more akin to Schoolhouse Rock. So meh. I always prefer sub. Actually, I can watch Raw now. I can watch Raw because I speak Japanese. Did I hate editing the Childhood Trauma? I wouldn't say I hated it. I just don't like being under such a huge time constraint like that. Because keep in mind that a lot of my reviews and videos in general, if I had more time to make them, I would make them way more involved. I would have a lot more time to think and plan out shooting and stuff and have more interesting shots. With I don't know if most of you saw it, but the opening to my $9.99 review, which was my 2-year anniversary, I had that 6-minute long, or that 4-minute long segment with Theta. If I had had more time to think about it, I could have made that scene a million times better, but instead it was just kind of hey, I'm Theta, okay, bye. It's just, and then when I got home and was editing it, I'm like, wow, this was kind of dumb. So yes, it was, if I had had more time, I could have put more effort into that opening, but I just didn't have the time. So, yeah. Is there a video that was a pain to do? Oh, yeah. The, Friendship is Magic review, my longest review so far, was so much, it was just such a pain in the ass. At the time, I was making my episodes early because of my schedule, so I barely got it done on time, so it took really long to edit. I don't know why, it just took super long to edit for some reason. Favorite Adventure Time song? Let me think about that. I have a few of them. Let me check my iTunes. Let me open iTunes. Let's see here. Scooby-Doo. I liked Food Chain, even though that was a really weird episode. Sorry, let me just open this in windowed mode so I can still see the chat. Okay, there we go. Let's see. I liked Love from Breezy. That was pretty good. I don't know. I mean, I like the songs, but none of them are amazing or anything. I think the songs in Steven Universe are better than the songs in Adventure Time, for sure. I like that song. Well, it's not technically an Adventure Time song, but that song in the episode Shh. No wonder I feel 1,000 petals. I'm walking by. Cherry blossoms in the sky. You know, that song. I like that one. Anyway, back to the stream. Would I ever go to Comic-Con? Maybe. I mean, if I had the opportunity, possibly, but it's like, ugh. I don't know what Go Animate is, so I don't know what that is. Wish you could forget about Breezy, though? Yeah, I mean, that episode kind of pissed me off a bit. I liked it, but meh. Hey, Sensei. You know what? Since this is the last Q&A session, I will grab Sensei.
Here. Come here. Oh, it's okay.
Here is Sensei, for those who asked. He is okay. He is my little man. My scoopy little man. Ooh. Did I know that I could sing? Yes. I've known that I could sing, although I'm very self-conscious about my singing. I know that didn't seem like it, considering I just did it, but I can sing, but I almost never, ever sing to my full ability. Because, yeah, whenever I sing to my full ability, it gets shit all over. So, yeah. Yeah, that was Sensei.
Come here, come on.
He's my little Fruit Loop. Fruit Loop. And then here is Kumo! And he's doing well. He and I were just napping together before the stream. Oh, Kumo. Can I make a Land Before Time review? Yeah, eventually. Do my roommates and cats interact and get along? Kumo and Sensei, they play together all the time. They get along very well, but Hanabi hates everything and everyone, so she doesn't play with my cats. I interact with my roommates, although we kind of just live our own lives, you know? And Hanabi is somewhere else in the house, so I'm not gonna bother her. Favorite cat in a TV show or movie? I don't know. I've seen a lot of cats. I should do a review in Japanese just for the fun of it. That would take a lot of effort, to be honest. I'd have to make sure that my translations were good, because, like I said, I'm proficient with Japanese, but not, I'm not fluent, so if I fucked it up, I would live in shame for the rest of my life. See, Caster and Sins is an interesting anime. I think the ending is really dumb, but, like, the overall atmosphere is really good. That's a show that likes to torture its protagonist. But I like Cassern, even though he kind of just sort of stands around and is like, I'm sad all the time. It's an interesting show, but I just think the ending is fucking stupid. I've never really played the Ratchet and Clank series, so I don't really have any thoughts on it. I would like to see the movie, though. Apparently it's bad, but I'd like to reserve judgment on that. Can I speak Japanese a bit? Yeah, sure. I don't like to speak it too much because I want to make sure, you know, I'm doing it right. I guess. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Like, Sorry, I'm just thinking here. See, this is the thing. I'm not fluent, so it takes me a minute to think about what to say. Yeah. Kore wa Kusohime no DVD desu. Well, spoilers. That was bad. I'm sorry. See, this is the thing. Yeah, if I get put on the spot, I can't really think of how to do it properly. But, yeah. I can't speak better than that, normally. Yeah, like, No, I'm not gonna bother. We'll just continue with this. Anyway, I didn't like Sword Art Online. I saw the first 14 episodes, and the first episode was like, oh, this is like a really cool idea, and then they just completely devolved into shit, and I hated it. I didn't say this movie is good watermelon. I said, this is a shitty... I said this is a princess DVD... sorry, this is a shitty princess DVD. My roommates play with Sensei, but Kumo is very shy, and he doesn't interact with anyone but me, so he doesn't really do that. Have I ever felt bad when I hate something that everyone else loves? No. Why would you feel bad about your own opinion? I don't watch abridged series. I keep getting asked this, and no, I don't watch abridged series. I don't think things are underrated. There are some that are overlooked, for sure, like, The Oblongs is overlooked, in my opinion. I think it's hilarious, it's amazing, it's got a really good cast of characters, really good voice acting. The only problem is that the animation quality is not too good. It's a little bit cheap. What's my favorite part of Hunchback of Notre Dame? Every part that doesn't have the gargoyles in it. Like, the whole movie, to me, is like, wow. But actually, probably the God Help the Outcasts scene is my favorite, because not only do I love the song, and I love to sing it, but the animation is just stunningly beautiful at that part. Like, it's so beautiful. How did I become an extra on Riverdale? Well, I have an agent, and they got me the job. Wasn't that hard. Have I heard of Popey the Performer? No. Would I do a Kill la Kill review? Well, if it's animated, it's up for consideration. How am I? I was tired earlier, but now I'm okay. I've never seen every Disney song, but of the ones I've seen, probably the fucking Gargoyle song is my least favorite. It's just so unnecessary, and it goes against the lesson and moral of the movie. The Oblongs isn't an Adult Swim show, it was on the WB. It's a Warner Brothers show. If I could fix one bad movie, which would I fix? I don't know. I think that things are special because of their flaws, so it's not really my place to fix them. It's okay to point them out, but it's not really my place to fix them. Know any good obscure cartoons? Yeah, I do. But I mostly like to focus on ones that people know about. How do you get an agent? Just apply for one. It's like applying for a job, basically. I haven't seen the Series of Unfortunate Events live-action show because I refuse to engage in it unless it's animated. Because I swear that when I saw the announcement for it, it was animated. And then they're like, Neil Patrick Harris plays Count Olaf. And I'm like, okay, that's an interesting choice. But are they animating it? And then I saw it as live action. I'm like, oh, well, fuck this. I'm not watching that anymore. Do I watch The Angry Video Game Nerd? Yes. Of course I do. He's a huge inspiration for me. Ever heard of Ivan's Childhood? That sounds kind of familiar, yeah. My least favorite Disney movie that I've seen is Chicken Little. I hate that movie. What were some early concepts for what I wanted my episodes to be like? Well, in my Box Trolls review, I would have liked to have actually had a fight scene between, like, Evil Sol and me, Sol. I wanted to get, like that, but my green screen room is not very big, so it would have been very difficult to have a fight scene with myself. How would Theta spell their name? It would be Theta, like, yeah, like that. Like, with regular Roman, you know, like the regular alphabet, not the Greek lettering. I don't think things are underrated. I hate when people say that things are under or overrated. Overexposed and underappreciated are words I like to say. Because saying they're overrated or underrated gives them more value. Or it gives your personal opinion more value than others. Do I like Edgar Allan Poe? I guess. I've read some of his stuff. He's alright. Nostalgia Critic said the Canadians are sick. The fuck does that even mean? Sick? I think Americans are more sick. If you're talking about in terms of humanity, I think Americans are a lot more sick than Canadians. I love all my cats equally. I could never choose. Am I going insane due to the lack of human content being trapped in my room? Well, as you can see, the door is open, so I'm not trapped in my room. But in terms of the show, yes, I would say so. I already said, my least favorite Disney movie is Chicken Little. I know about Winx Club. Have I read fan fiction about me and Strider? There's fan fiction about me and Phantom Strider? I only know there's one fan fiction being written, and it's called The Cartoon Multiverse, and that's just about me. I don't think it's about Strider, but if there is, I'd like to see it. I bet it's funny. Favorite Foster's episode? You know what? It's probably the 2 Blue Super Dude episodes, especially the one with the what's it called, the birthday party one. That one's just great. I just bear arm go roar. I just love that. Some of my favorite graphic novels. Watchmen is my favorite. I like that Dark Knight graphic novel that I had. I'm usually more of a manga person, so I don't really have that many graphic novels, but, yeah, Watchmen is definitely my favorite one. I don't watch Transformers movies. So do I like doing story arcs, or do I regret doing them? I like doing them. Otherwise I would have stopped doing them. It's just I need a wiki or something to keep track of all this shit. Yes, I have seen that PSA. What manga do I like? I have tons of them back there. Some of my favorites are Kiseiju. I really like the Trigun Maximum series. When I was still purchasing it, Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei was really good. There's one, Hokago no Charisma, which is good, but I don't know, they haven't released a volume in ages. Yeah, I got lots back there. Oh, and also I don't know the full Japanese title, so I apologize, but the Kurosagi Corpse Delivery Service, too. That was really good, but again, they just stopped releasing volumes in English, which I can speak Japanese, but I can't really read it. I can only read some hiragana and katakana, and like 6 kanji, maybe. So, yeah. Next hair color, I thought of coloring. Yeah, I might get it cut, like, so with this area here, just a lot shorter, and then so it would be mostly black this time, so just have like a bit of bleach blonde up here, and then have the whole underside be black, but I have to think about it. I can't afford to get my hair cut and colored right now, so gotta wait. I'm not chatting with viewers for the final time, it's just this is the last Q&A session. I don't watch Michael Bay movies. So, yeah. What do I think about Justice League Action? I don't know, I've never seen it. I don't know what Skunk Fu is, and I think I watched Camp Rock, actually, a couple times when I was younger, but I haven't seen it in ages, so... Unless I'm thinking of something else. Yep. Do I ever get tired of asking... Well, I don't get tired of asking questions, but being asked questions can be tiring. That's another reason I'm stopping my Q&A sessions, in addition to it being the 100 episode limit that I put for myself, is because the more viewers I get, the harder it's going to be to actually answer questions. So, yeah, eventually it would just become so much of a clusterfuck it'd be impossible. So, I'm just kind of stopping because I feel like it. I actually had a 7D review planned at one point, but then it got bumped off the list. Are Strider and I good friends? I would say we're friends. You know, we've had some rocky periods in the past, but I would say we're friends for sure. I don't know why people ask me if there's a chance I'll review something. Don't you know the rule of the show? If it's animated, I'll comment on it, which means if it's animated, it's up for review. Favorite joke from any of my episodes? I don't know. I don't consider myself very funny, so I don't know. I haven't seen their music video. I like the Rifle Spiral, though. That's a good song. I don't know what... I really hate the way other YouTubers talk about Canadians. It really bugs me. John Tron and his fucking bag milk thing, Nostalgia Critics saying we're sick. You know, it's like... Canada's great. I saw a lot of PSAs when I was a kid, and none of them disturbed me. In fact, a lot of them were really cute, like the house hippo. I saw that one a million times. There was one that was a little bit strange, with the puppet mice and the mouse trap. That was weird. But sick? I think that's actually really insulting, to be honest. I haven't seen Wonder Woman, and I don't plan to. And I don't watch PSAs. I was in a PSA when I was like 15, but I don't watch PSAs. I don't watch Mars Review, but he's actually subscribed to me. He or she. So, yeah. Am I Canadian? Yes, I am. I am sitting in Canada. I am a born Canadian. Been in Canada all my life. So I kind of take offense when people just ignorantly stereotype Canada. It really bothers me. Because I could go around ignorantly stereotyping Americans, but I choose not to. Have I ever broken a law? Well, technically, yes. I mean, I'd go above the speed limit all the time, because everyone goes above the speed limit. I download movies and music and TV shows, even though piracy is illegal. Those are the kind of laws that it's like, eh. But in terms of laws that could get me actually, like, prosecuted, no. You know, like, serious things. And yeah, I don't consider piracy a serious, crime. Do I hate all kids? Or just kids who act like spoiled brats? Or just mean in general? No, I basically just hate all kids. It's sort of a guilty until proven innocent kind of thing. I hate all children until they can prove to me they're not spoiled little shits. Mean little assholes. Yeah. Do I know Phalis? I know of him, but I don't know him. How many Canadian cities have I visited? Quite a few. Like a lot of them. I was actually in 2 PSAs. They were like, you know, like at-risk youth PSAs. I filmed them when I was 15 at like one of the high schools in the city where I live. That was when I was still going through my goth phase, so I looked like a complete fucking asshole. They were okay. They were like 10-hour shoots for something I was in for maybe like less than 2 seconds. It was something to put on my resume, you know. I would say that the only Canadians that aren't similar to Americans are Newfoundlanders, because they actually have a legit accent. Like, yeah. Because they talk like this is a Newfoundlander accent. Hey buddy, what's going on? Everyone just thinks that every Canadian always has a Newfie accent, but no, only Newfoundlanders have a Newfie accent. Yes, okay, there's basically no way in hell I could have not heard about Coffee Fee or whatever. So, yeah. I would say Tim Hortons, but I can actually eat Tim Hortons food. I don't like Starbucks' food. So, yeah. I would say Tim Hortons, for sure. I'm not complaining about Canada. I love Canada. I love everything about Canada. I like waking up in the morning and being like, yeah, Canada. You and me, we're on the same wavelength here. Yes, I have been to the US. It feels weird. It feels like sticky when you go to the US. I've been to Seattle to see a concert. I go to Washington sometimes to get things that are shipped to the US because they don't ship to Canada. I think, yeah, the furthest out I've been, though, is Seattle. I haven't seen an Anime Abandon video. I don't watch other cartoon reviewers, with the exception of Phantom Strider, because he and I are buds and I like to support him. Favorite Cartoon Network show besides Samurai Jack? I really like Adventure Time, despite some of the shit it did in its later seasons. Regular show was pretty good until it got all bogged down with the romantic shit. I really like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, despite it being nothing but, like, screaming and teeth grinding. There's a lot of Cartoon Network shows I really like. Do I have any Canadian flags? Yes, I do. Well, I do. I think the Canadian flag is actually put up in my bathroom. But yeah, I do have a Canadian flag. But Canada isn't like America. You don't just drive down the road and see people flying Canadian flags, because our nationalism is more interior as opposed to like, yeah, America took our jobs! You know, that sort of thing. We sort of respect our country and love it inside instead of having to show it all around, like waving our big nationalist dicks all over the place. Yeah. Worst character in Foster's is probably Bendy. Fucking hate Bendy. Favorite cartoon other than Gravity Falls? Probably BoJack Horseman. What's my favorite cat-based anime? I don't think I've ever watched a cat-based anime. I've watched anime with cats in them, but like cat-based? I hate human babies. I love animal babies. Like, kittens are the cutest thing ever. But I hate human babies. Have I played any Far Cry games? Yeah, I played Far Cry 2, actually. And I liked it at the time. I'm not drinking Coca-Cola. I'm drinking Barks root beer. It looks like this. Barks with a Q. And not a U! That's not... Bendy isn't I like cereal and chocolate milk. That's cheese. Bendy is that fucking asshole character who just goes around fucking everything up and nobody believes him. Canadians generally do not say A at the end of their sentences. Again, that's a Newfie thing. Newfies go, oh, buddy, I was down at the market, and I was talking to Bill, and he said, oh, Fred, did you see the walruses up on the coast there? It was all like, I wanted to catch one and eat it so that I wouldn't die horribly in the winter. That's Newfie. That's not Canadian. Some Canadians say A at the end of their sentences, but no, it's not like a thing. Sometimes I'll be just like, so your computer has 15,000 viruses. You might want to get that checked, something like that. But it's not like a verbal tick or anything like that. It's just a stereotype. I haven't watched Captain Underpants. I'm hoping to go see it after the stream is over. You know what? I can actually do a fairly good Newfie accent, but I cannot do a Quebecois accent because I don't speak French, and I'm not going to try because I don't want to embarrass myself. I probably will review the Star vs. the Forces of Evil TV movie when it comes out because I'll do another season follow-up. Yes, I've seen some things of Yokai Watch. Yeah. Favorite Jack game? It's probably Jack 3. Jack 2 I'd like to say because I would say, but it's so ridiculously annoying sometimes that I'd have to say 3 is better. Oh, shit, sorry. You ran from your girlfriend's house to your house into your phone to see me live one last time? That's sweet. I'm glad you like it that much. Who's my least favorite BoJack Horseman character? You know what? I couldn't pick out a single one as being unlikable. I would say the closest one to being unlikable is Sextina Aquafina, but she's like made to be unlikable, so I can't really criticize the show for it. There isn't a single character on the show who I don't care for. What's my favorite Nickelodeon show? It's Probably Danny Phantom, to be honest. But I haven't, or, well, I'd have to rewatch some of them, but yeah. I like Danny Phantom. Invader Zim was good. Adventures of Jimmy Neutron, it's alright. Any web cartoons that I like? Do I watch I Hate Everything? Yes. Well, he's not a reviewer, technically. He's more just a whatever guy. He's my favorite YouTuber of all time. I love what he does. He's intelligent. He's funny. He's got a lovely voice. And I wish him all the best in the future. I've talked to him before briefly. He helped me with some copyright shit going on, and he's extremely nice. Despite his name. How did I come up with Booch? I just like calling things a booch, okay? Like, Kumo is my little booch, and I like Beetle Booch. Honestly, I could have said anything on that, part of Pinky Elmira on the Brain. It wouldn't have mattered. I just thought the Beetle Booch would be funny. Do I hate Powerpuff Girls 2016? I hate it on principle, but I actually would have to watch it. I've been steadfastly ignoring it for a very long time, like, trying not to watch it. But yeah, it's coming. Eventually. Have I read a webcomic before? Yeah, I read, those ghost ones, like the Mystery Skulls ones. I read some online manga and stuff. I don't really read webcomics, though, all that much. How come I'm only going to do... Well, I haven't done 100 Q&As. I've done, like, 38 of them or something like that. I think that's enough, to be honest. I've answered so many questions, and I think I have a right to stop when I want to. And like I said, doing them after a certain point would just become a complete clusterfuck. So, yeah. This is the final one. At least in terms of, like, singular ones on my channel. I'll probably do more interviews in the future, though. Can a spooker wooker have bacon nipples? Can you splatch your Beetle Booch? Okay, sure. Will I review Drawn Together or South Park? Yes. Am I aware of Chris Chan? That's not that guy who died, like, he was, like, with rooster teeth and he died or something? I don't know. Have I seen Kim Possible? Yeah, never really cared for it. I did hear about that, the weird fanfiction. Whatever, people can do what they want. What's the point of fidget spinners? There isn't a point. I honestly don't understand why they blew up the way they did. I didn't get one because they blew up. It was just, there were some guys selling it on my city's bidding wars. And, they were selling for a lot cheaper. And keep in mind, I am a massive fidgeter. I always have to have something in my hands. If you've watched any of my previous Sol Speaks Q&As, I'm usually playing with something in my hands. Like, I have to have something in my hands at all times. And this just sort of helps with that. So, it doesn't help with anxiety, it doesn't help with ADHD or anything like that. It's just something to have in my hands to play with. And they were being sold for cheap, so I was like, whatever. So, yeah, I just don't understand why people don't, or why it became such a meme, you know? They're just little things. It's just a little toy for your hands. It's not that big a deal. Now it's like when I take it out at work or something when I'm waiting for a computer to load or whatever. My coworker's always like, "Oh, you're just like, you fell for the meme," and it's like, shut up. I don't like stress balls. They don't do it for me because I have to like throw them around and shit, and I always drop them. Have I heard of Derek Savage? Of course I have. I've joked about him in a couple of my Sonic reviews. Like when I did that whole spiel about the Sonic OC that I made and said don't use it or I'll copyright claim your video because it's my valuable OC. Noonham accent? I think you mean Newfoundlander, but yes. Thank you. I do like Baymax. I think he's cute. He's like all squishy. Big and squishy. Do I like any shonen anime? Of course I do. Lots of shonen anime I like. I don't like how tropey it is. But to be honest, like, every cartoon is tropey, so whatever. Have I heard of Hajime no Ippo? Yes, I have. But I'm not really into, like, fighter-style animes. Like, just a bunch of big meathead idiots beating each other up. Am I still selling phones as my day job? No, I am not. I set up and repair computers, tablets, and phones. And holy fuck do I love doing it. Like, I wouldn't even imagine of how much I love doing it. And, like, even a year ago, if you had talked to past me and said, hey, do you realize that you get an almost, like, you get a huge thrill working on infected computers, I would be like, okay, what? But yeah, I really like working on infected computers. Like, just seeing what's wrong with them and fixing them. I love it. Can I repair your computer? I'd have to see it first. Have I seen Back to the Barnyard? Yeah, I know of it. That's ridiculous. You can't copyright claim an OC because technically the concept doesn't even belong to them. It belongs to the creator of the thing. What are my opinions on our society as a whole? Well, I just hate people in general, so they're not good thoughts. But yeah, if I saw your computer, I could probably fix it. But yeah, I love infected computers. The most viruses I've ever seen on someone's computer was over 15,000 of them. I was like, wow. Best job experience I've had? Well, I've had a lot of good job experiences, actually. So, I can't really think of anyone that's specific, but, yeah. You want steak? I love steak. Do I plan on becoming a cartoonist? No, I can't draw, so no. You got copyright claimed for a podcast, you don't do podcasts? Well then, dispute the copyright claim. Don't worry, the worst thing that can happen is it just gets reinstated. Yes, 15,000 viruses. This is gonna sound really sick, but this is just the way I'll describe it. When I came in to work that afternoon and saw that infected computer where it said, like, 15,649 traces found, I was almost like, holy fuck! And I went through the whole list to see, most of it was adware, but, yeah, it was like, whoa! Like, with the whole WannaCry malware attack that was going around, I was begging to see an infected system. I just wanted to see an infected, encrypted system. I wanted to see it so bad. I wanted to see the spectacular mess they have turned, they turned the hard drive into, it being encrypted and everything, but nobody ever brought in an infected system. It was like, I didn't get to see a malware, or a WannaCry infected system, and I was sad. I can't draw because A, I can't feel my hand, B, I have dysgraphia, which makes it difficult to even just handwrite, as opposed to drawing, and C, I like painting, but I'm not good at it, so art, I just have to leave to everyone else. Console or PC? Both. I don't have a preference. Some games I like playing on PC, some games I like playing on consoles. Have I seen Ninjago? No. Have I seen a kangaroo? No, I don't live any place where kangaroos are a thing. You can't really teach someone who has a brain defect how to draw, unfortunately. I know about Kamen Rider, but I've never seen it. What's with the... I just answered that question. I just said no. Have I seen Gurren Lagann? I think I saw like the first 2 episodes and it didn't interest me, but I'd have to try it again. Dysgraphia? Yeah, it's similar to dyslexia, but it's for handwriting. My handwriting is like on the level of a 6-year-old's. It's pathetic. Like I literally can't handwrite. It's terrible. You can barely read my handwriting. It's awful. Junie Koki? No, I haven't seen it. Have I seen Efforts for Family? No. Have I heard of Hello Neighbor? No. It's okay. I've made peace with it. The only problem is with having dysgraphia, it's, it looks bad on my job applications because it looks pathetic. You know, like I could have the best job application in the world, but my handwriting is so bad that it looks awful. Favorite mobile game? It's probably Mystery Room. Leighton Brothers Mystery Room. It's simple. I mean, and once you know the solution to all the mysteries, it's pretty easy to play, but I think it's a huge bucket of potential, which level 5 is just never gonna do anything with. I have seen Mirai Nikki. Not a fan, to be honest. Do I ever think 2D animated movies will come back to theaters? Nope. Can't say that it is. Or that they will. Was the virus many cause of porn? Okay, so I don't know where the viruses in the system came from. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us where. But I'm assuming yes. Most likely yes. So, yeah. Had people begged me to play Undertale? I played Undertale of my own volition. A fan gifted it to me, and I played it. I don't like it, though. Music's good, but I find it really tedious. I would much rather be trapped in a room with Bendy from Bendy and the Ink Machine than Bendy from Foster's. Do I still not care about Steven Universe? Yep, I do not care. Have I read all the wrong questions? No. Pineapple? I hate pineapple. Bennett likes pineapple, but I don't. Have I Braceface? I don't know what you're trying to say. Have I seen Braceface? If that's the question, then yes. It's the sole reason I didn't get braces as a kid, and why my, teeth are so messed up. Hi, Nemi. Yes. Yes. I technically am Nemi. From the Nemi comics. I just do the voice, although I haven't done the voice in a long time. Best pizza topping? Pepperonis. Love pepperonis. Favorite animal is cats. And then barn owls. And then seagulls. How does one properly beetle booch? Beetle booch isn't something you can do, man. It's more of a feeling you have in your heart. Like when you go to the beach and you're like, man, what a beetle booch kind of day. It's not something you can really describe, man. Am I still afraid of getting braces? I'm not afraid, but it's too late. I would just have to get dental surgery if I wanted to correct my teeth. It's too late for braces now. Because my teeth are, like, so crowded up at the front that it's impossible to straighten them with braces. I would have to get the teeth removed and have fake teeth put in. Who does the animated segments of my videos? So I do link them in every video, the animators. I have various animators doing them. I have watched Shingeki no Kyojin Season 2. I'm all caught up. Not counting today's new episode. Is there a difference between a cartoon creator and a cartoonist? Technically, yes. A cartoonist would be someone who draws the cartoon, whereas a cartoon creator might be, like, the storyboard artist, or a writer, or a producer, or something like that. My teeth are really bad, actually. They're not, like, fucked up or anything. Well, they are fucked up, actually, but they're not, like, painful. But, yeah, my front teeth are very crowded. So, yeah, all my front teeth are, or all my teeth are pushed forward so that I have like fangs basically here. They're like vampire fangs, but they're not sharp. What's my favorite type of cat? I don't know. I like all types of cats, except for like the hairless ones, which they're very sweet cats, but I prefer my cats to be like furry. I can't change the skip button to include the history segment of the video because like I said in the comment reply that I gave you, not everyone likes to watch the history segment of the video, so I just skip it. Have I had Kinder eggs before? Yeah, they're not illegal in Canada. I've had them many times. The thing that baffles me is that Kinder eggs were illegal in America, but fucking guns aren't. It's fucking ridiculous. Americans. I would love to be a cartoon creator. That's my ultimate goal in life, is to make cartoons. Unfortunately, I can't, draw, but I have had several concepts for cartoons, that many of them I've pitched, but I've never made it past the pitch stage. I did get a couple replies, actually. One of them really liked my idea, but they said that I had too many characters in it, so I offered to cut some of the characters out, but they never got back to me after that, so I guess they weren't interested. High school was terrible. What are Kinder eggs? They're little like chocolate eggs with toys inside, basically like a little capsule with toys inside. Now, they were banned because they were a choking hazard, because Americans are so ridiculously stupid that they would eat the chocolate. There's a very clear ridge on the eggs that shows you're supposed to open them, not just eat them. Morons. What's my ethnicity? I'm Caucasian. Look, I am Caucasian. They're called Kinder Surprises here in, Canada, but we just call them Kinder Eggs. 'Cause, yeah. When will Spooker Wooker return? I don't think ever, to be honest. Do I still have the Shallow Hedgehog game? Of course I do. It was a gift from a fan. I wouldn't just toss a gift from a fan. Speaking of that, actually, I was gonna save this for unboxing video, but I got a fan letter here, so I think in celebration of the last Q&A session, we'll open this letter. Do you guys want to see what's in the letter? It's thick. It's extra thick! Yeah. So, you guys want me to open this, or do you want me to wait till to another unboxing video to do it? That's yours? Oh, look at that, it's yours! You want me to open it? Am I Chinese or- I'm not Chinese or Japanese. I'm, Canadian. You want me to open it? Okay. Let's open this letter then. It's taped down pretty hard. I want to do this in a way that preserves the envelope itself. Let me just grab a letter opener. Okay, let's open this letter. It's taped down really hard. What is it with tape? This tape is like becoming my mortal enemy now. My cartoons would be meant mostly for adults. Like, hey sensei. I would much prefer to make cartoons for adults, real drama, like actual animated drama, instead of, just dumb shit. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh my god, it's like a little cat, like a, like a face mask. Oh my god, that's adorable. Thank you. I know you're watching. Thank you for sending that. That's funny. Oh, there's like a rainbow smiley face pin. It's very ironic and lol and funny. That's pretty hilarious. We got like a little plate of, like a tiny little plate of sushi, kinda. Yeah, like sashimi, I think, or something like that. It's pretty funny. I have a TV tropes page? No way! I didn't know that. Oh, there's something else in here. Oh, it's another little, like, eraser filled with green tea. That's cute. Okay, and then there's a letter in here. Let's read the letter here. Thank you, Sophia. That's a very nice letter. You know what, just for privacy's sake, I'm not gonna read it out loud, just because, you know, some people don't like when I read their letters out loud, but that's a very nice letter. I appreciate the letter that you sent. And, yeah, thank you. This is all great, but this face mask that's great. Just to wear it like that. Thank you. Yes, anyway, you let me read the letter? Okay. I will read the letter then if you give me permission. Okay. Dear Saul, this probably won't get to you for a couple of weeks, but I wanted to say some things. I know these aren't the best of times, but I just wanted to let you know that you don't have to worry about the content you're making. The majority of us really love what you're doing, so don't let a few shitty comments ruin your day. Unless they're giving you actual criticism, don't bother with them. You have us fans to deal with those guys. Don't think about the things that those guys say. Instead, look towards the people who are giving you real and constructive criticism and feedback. Your fans. This letter is a bit short since I'm not the best at writing, but I just wanted to say that you're doing a fantastic job and that we love you. Have a nice day. Love, Sophia. Such a nice letter. Thank you. You guys. I love you guys. Yeah, like, I know it sounds kind of lame that I'm not doing these Q&A sessions before, but that's the thing, is eventually it's gonna get to the point where I can't even, I can't even talk to you guys anymore because there'll just be too many people. So, yeah, keep in mind, you can always message me on Twitter or Facebook if you have a question or anything like that. So, yeah, it's not like I'll be unreachable. It's just, with the way things are now, with the amount of people who watch my show, it's hard to answer questions, and it'll just keep getting harder. Do I like the drawings that you sent me? Yes, I do. I have to find a place on my walls to put them up. Have I heard that Henry Danger is getting a movie? Yeah. I'm gonna go try to see Captain Underpants. In fact, I'm gonna go to the theater in like a half hour or so and see if someone didn't get get about it. I'll still be doing Sol Plays. In fact, Sol Plays will now be every week. And yeah, like I said, that doesn't mean I won't do interviews or anything like that in the future. It's just in terms of standalone Q&A sessions for my channel, they are done. Like, this is the last one. So, yeah, I guess all I can say is just, we'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but we'll meet again some sunny day. I'm pretty sure that's not the song, but whatever. What's some of the best mail that I've received? That's one of them, for sure. That letter is definitely one of the best. Every piece of... I think the only one I received that was kind of like, alright, was that joke one from the guy in the Discord server who sent me that picture of the kid with his shirt off. That was pretty... I appreciate the effort to try and take the joke going, like, keep the joke going, but it was just pretty ridiculous. Anyway, I would much rather do stop motion, but I love 2D animation too. Alright, well, I think that's gonna be it then. I have to eat something before I go to the theater. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Thanks everyone for all your questions, not even just this video, but all time. And like I said, you can always message me on Twitter or Facebook. If I don't get back to you right away, it's usually because I'm sleeping or I'm at work or something like that. But yes, thank you everyone. I've had a lot of fun doing these Q&A sessions. It's just, I don't want them to become a complete clusterfuck. So yeah, thank you. Whoa, let me just go back up for 1 sec. Oh, wait. Sorry. Thank you, Kruno Saho. I appreciate your donation. Yeah. But thank you, everyone. I had a lot of fun doing these. Keep in mind, if you want to see them, you can always check out the Sol Speaks playlist, and I will be around in the week, doing Sol Plays Q&A, or Sol Plays video games, in which case I can still answer some questions there, since that's not going to be the main focus. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. Much love to y'all, and I will see you later. See you guys.